So we meet again. Thought I was going to go into one of those impersonation acts again, didn't you? Anyway, we're going to save that for later, but for now, it's back to business as usual. Good to have you along with us. Hope you're having a great start to the work week Monday. It's Richard and back once more, and today we're going to be looking at copper. It's been very popular lately with all the copper devices like RDA, mechanical mod, primarily because copper is one of the most highly conductive metals around, besides pure silver. So there's been a lot of copper mods out because when it's copper, it hits really hard. The voltage drop is very, very minimal, and that's what we're going to be looking at. I also jumped into the bandwagon and decided to get myself a copper mod as well. First, I got the 4.9 mod, which I've already reviewed, and today we are going to be checking out the clone version of the Pegasus. Alright guys, we had to switch camera angle, so I hope you don't mind, because my battery just ran out. I didn't realize that I didn't recharge it from the last time I used the video camera, so I've got it, plugged into my cable right now. The power cable is not long enough if I have it on the other corner there, so please excuse me. Anyway, let's talk about the Pegasus copper clone that I have in my hands here. This is from Steam Studio for the purpose of this review, and also the manufacturer of this clone is from Advken, A-D-V-K-E-N, and it's hard to pronounce, it's a bit of a tongue twister. And they also did the clone version of the Plume Veil, which I just reviewed last week. So talking about the Pegasus here, I'm going to just cover a few points about the original Pegasus, which is by Olympus Creations, made in the USA. It's actually crafted, the original, entirely out of a solid 99.9% pure billet copper. They have only 500 units made in the USA, which is sold worldwide, so it's entirely sold out right now. You and I just got to be very happy and contented with this what we call clone version that we have. There are other cloners as well who has cloned this too, so you might want to check them out on the internet, but right now I have mine from Advken. And the cost of this, I think it's being sold in Malaysia for about 100 ringgit. That's about a little slightly more than 30 US dollars. So I'll put a link in the description box below just in case you want to check it out, especially for Malaysians if you want to get it from Steam Studio. I think they still have it in stock. We will definitely get up close with the close-ups on this and let you have a good look at it. But right now I'm going to take a vape and show you the power of copper mechanical mods. I've got a 0.2 dual coil in here, just a reminder for those of you going into sub-ohms or very, very low sub-ohms. Make sure you have high drain batteries, 30 amps at least, alright, and VTC5 is good. The purple EFS, that's also good. So I've got here VTC5 in here. I'm going to take a vape and show you. I suppose it's going to be another cloud chaser's dream. I'm not really into cloud chasing, but off and on I just like to have fun and play around with it, and this is one of those days where I got it coiled at 0.2 ohms. Woohoo! Sorry about the fall, guys. Alright, so it's a beautiful copper mod here, and once it starts to patina, it looks even better. I love it when it patinas, but it's just that as it's starting to patina, you smell your hands and you feel like you've just done some plumbing work with copper tubes. Anyway, without wasting any more time, without further ado, we're going to just get into the close-ups and show you up close of the Pegasus clone. Alright, so what we have here up close is the Pegasus clone from Advken, and the original by Olympus Creations, made in the USA, crafted entirely out of solid 99.9% pure billet copper, except for the top cap insulator. Only 500 units, and if you're one of those lucky people who's got the authentic version, congratulations to you. The rest of us will have to make do with this clone that we have here, as I'm going to bring it closer for you to have a look. Yep, as you can see, you've got the pony with those wings there, laser etched on the tube. This comes in 18650 tube, and for the original authentic what they call Pegasus mechanical model, there's you will have your 18490, 18500 and your 18350 coming very soon, which is going to be released by Olympus Creations. All right, other than that, I don't think they're going to be releasing those shorter tubes for the Pegasus clone. So this is the Pegasus clone with the logo here, and turning to the back you can also see the laser engravings in Greek. Well, this is laser etched, and I don't know how long this is gonna last before it wears off. All right, so but then again, it could stay on as long as you're using the mechanical mod. This is from Advken. This is a 1-to-1 clone. So we have the reverse threaded locking ring here, which is kind of smooth as well, and it's knurled so that you can get a good grip of it in case you've locked it down a little bit too tight, you know, so you can still have a good grip of it and turn it as well. Unlike other mechanical mods, sometimes you have to use your fingernail to try and just push it, and hopefully it opens up. So that's the advantage of this knurled locking ring that you have here. Alright, besides that, looking at the back, at the bottom there, you have your logo with the wings there and the letter P and your serial number, which doesn't mean very much at all, 2254, which is a fake. And right on top you have your top cap here. Nothing, no airway being cut out here, and that's about it. So time to break it open. We have our firing switch here. The only snag I have, if I have any complaints, is that there's so much threading here. It takes quite a while to actually turn and turn and turn and turn before the whole switch comes out. And that's the same with the top cap as well. So sometimes it's when you want to screw in your atomizer and make contact with the contact pin, and also to adjust your battery rattle kind of thing, you just got to turn and turn until you get it right. Okay, so taking it back to taking a look at the firing switch here. As I bring it closer, you've got your locking ring here. Like I said, it's knurled, and it is on magnets and not on spring. So the magnets are quite thick as well, which makes pushing this a little bit hard. Okay, so I'm going to take it apart and let you see the magnets in there, and you've got your venting holes there, 4 venting holes. Okay, so just taking a screwdriver, and we're gonna unscrew this. Just be very careful the whole thing don't pop out and you lose the firing screw there. And when I open it, that's your magnet there, and the other magnet on this side. If I'm going to take it out and show you, it is slightly thicker than the other magnets that I've had, like for the Chiyu or the Nemesis upgrade. Alright, so this is the other part here, and this side you have the magnet as well, one side of it, your locking ring, which is reversed threaded, yeah, there you go, and also your venting holes here, as you can see through. So I'm going to assemble it back, push the magnet in here, opposing each other, just hold it tight with my fingers. Alright, get it in here, make sure it sits in the middle. Yep, that's it, and then screw it back on. Get a screwdriver and just tighten it a little bit, finger tight, not too tight, and yep, there you go. Like I said, because the thickness of the magnet and is much thicker than like your Nemesis or your Chiyu magnets, it's much stronger, and you got to use a bit of force. Depending on how you look at it, this could be a disadvantage or an advantage as well, because the fact that when the magnet is a little bit strong, that means if you place your mechanical mod after using it on your tabletop, it's not going to fire off, because this is not going to go down that easily. Right, so that's the firing switch for you. Right now I'm going to put that aside and take a look at the top cap that we have here. That's your threading there, and you have a floating pin at the back. See, this whole floating pin comes out. What happens is when you screw in your atomizer, your floating pin makes contact, and you've got battery rattle, you can back this up, make contact with your battery at the same time. Once it's tight and once you screw your tube in, it's going to push this up and make contact with the atomizer as well. So that's how it works. So you can take it off, and you can even take this off, in fact, but just be very careful you don't drop it and lose it. Alright, there you go. That's your little nipple-like thing here to make contact with your atomizer pin. And that's your Delrin piece. Okay, push it. So what you do is screw this back on before you put it inside, push it in, and then just push it back in, and that's it. So that's your top cap for you. I'm going to install it back, and we're going to do a voltage drop test for this copper mod, which I suspect will be very, very minimal. So what I'm going to do is grab hold of a battery, which is the etched. Alright, so we're going to use our voltmeter right now and screw it in. If it doesn't sit flush, it's okay, it's just for testing purposes. And yep, here we go. Let's have a look. 4.12 I've got here, 4.14. Alright, so it's 4.14. Now I'm going to put in a 1 ohm by Kfun atomizer, and we're going to just see what's the voltage. Minus 4.04, 4.03, 4.03. The voltage drop is only 0.1. Well, that's the voltage drop. Very, very minimal for this Pegasus copper clone. And we're going to just screw it back on. And shortly we're going to just attach an atomizer in there. And I think I'm going to be using my taupe addy. And we're going to vape on it and see what it's like. So this is the Pegasus clone from Advken. Well, there you go, coming back from the close-up. You've seen it up close, how the Pegasus clone from Advken looked like. And this is actually, if you ask me, a very one-to-one clone from the original by Olympus Creations, made in the USA. And I also saw, you know, other reviewers like Twisted 420, who's done a comparison with all the other clones and together with the original as well. He's got one that's from one of the cloners, which is very nice. The engraving here, the Greek words are really deep in, and so is the logo and all that, which I thought was pretty cool and neat, you know. But this is laser engraved into it. I don't know how long it'll last after some time of use, whether it'll start, you know, disappearing or not. But yeah, for now it looks good. I'm gonna have one more vape before we call it a day, and like I said, once again, I'm gonna leave what do you call the links description in the description box of where I got it and how much it cost and all that, the usual hoo-ha. So just one more vape and we'll round this up. Lovely. Until I talk to you again, guys, be safe, vape safe, have a great day, and check you out later. Bye for now.